Hi guys, we're about to play the FM Premier League Week 14, I believe, against DaveFM, who is playing as the mighty Everton against our Arsenal side. And I'm hoping today we can pick up a win. Before we do that, let's do the quick bumper for the FM Premier League 2-game discount code, 10% off with the code FMPL on all of your potential FM21 needs. Go get that done. So we're into the game screen now, and like I said, we're playing Dave FM's Everton today. He's been doing okay. He's had a pretty good season so far. So everything looking pretty solid. And if you're out there in the chat, I can both see and indeed not hear you, because that's not how chat works. But I can see you. I can see you if you're out there. Feel free to drop by and say hi. You'll find links to Dave's Twitter, or a link to Dave's Twitter, in the description below. And also, if you look very, very carefully, I'm sure on Dave's Twitter you'll find links to his channels, and I couldn't find them, so I apologise, Dave. It was done with... I tried. I tried. What happened there was I tried. And I'm sorry, but I tried. So, let's just quickly sort this team out. I like to do a quick pick first, because it usually sorts the worst of it out, so we need to take Danny Ceballos onto the bench. We'll put Pepe on the bench as well. Gives me winger options. Should work out okay. I think we're going to start with Lacazette and Aubameyang up top today. It feels a bit smarter than using Costa. We've obviously still got Costa to use if we need to, and I'm aware there's a bit of pace up top for Dave's team. So we're going to put Bernd Leno in goal and see how that shakes out, because we've learned Bernd Leno is slightly more reliable when it comes to being our guy against quick strikers, because we know that Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin will have a quick look, but we should all know by now Richarlison, ridiculous quick, and Calvert-Lewin also kind of quick. So we'll not worry too much. We're just going to casually do some heavy-duty defensive lifting, and that should get us good enough to play in. In fact, didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. I want to put Danny Ceballos actually in the starting lineup. That's a good start. Danny Ceballos in there looks solid. We'll swap those two around because that usually works better. Problem solved. Let's get into it. Let's get into the game, and let's see if we can get ourselves that early win against Everton. And that's what we're looking for. So good luck to Dave, as always, and hi to everyone in the chat. Hope you're all having a good Sunday. We're all trying to do our best to get through. Let me know if you've been to one of these mysterious things called a pub, by the way. I hear Keggy has visited one, and he seemed to enjoy it a lot. I've heard good things. I've not had a chance to properly enjoy one yet, but I have heard good things about this novel concept of a pub. And Keggy seems to have enjoyed it immensely. He found a thing called neck oil, which we gather is going to make him less squeaky on his streams now, because he can turn his head properly, which is good. It's good stuff. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to hear. That's what we like to enjoy. So it's just about getting into that game now. That's all we're looking for, is getting into that game now. I know Dave's probably doing some big time setup. Dave is quite a tactician. I can't tell what we're doing how things are going in the league at the moment, because Cookie, and I'm sure Cookie you'll see this, Cookie hasn't actually updated the league table on our Discord in a couple of weeks, so I don't actually know where things are standing. I think we're 7th in the league, and I'm not entirely certain where Dave is. I can very quickly find out. I'm sure Dave won't mind the tiny delay while I look this up and try and do some very quick maths, because that's what we do. It's what we do. Dave is, last I checked, sitting in 10th, but I think he may have moved up last week. I have a feeling Dave moved up a little bit last week. I'm not entirely certain, but we'll find out. We'll find out together. Hopefully Dave will give us a good game today. That's what we're looking for. Let me just quickly backgrounding, because that's what I do, because I need to make sure I've got the ability to screenshot things for the Discord so people can prove our games are all official and whatnot, and there was no cheating involved, which is what we're looking for. Really good looking side for Everton, actually. It's a really strong looking lineup, but hopefully we've got the magic bullet. This tactic we've been using, this kind of 4-2-2-2, has been doing quite well for us. We're getting a lot of goals out of Raul Garcia and Zinchenko. We're seeing a lot more defensive stability with the new signings in Boateng and Gabriel. they've helped immensely. Obviously, when we've been using Buffon, we've done quite well with him there as well. So that's worked out quite nicely. The transfer window has worked out really well in our favour. Obviously, Stefan Radu on the bench as well, because it's a really good backup option. As Digne puts the ball in, and that was scrappy. There was an offside there, thankfully, but that was very, very scrappy. That was not the start we were looking for. The start we're looking for also is not coming really from Raul Garcia, who usually is quite the player for us. We're going to encourage them. Pavon with a free kick. Gabriel heads it clear. Partey hoofs it upfield. And now we're looking for strikers to defend, and Aubameyang has done it. He's going to try and get himself into the box. Everton have regrouped really well here, but Aubameyang is through. It's a penalty given, and I know I'm supposed to just automatically agree that was a penalty, but I didn't see it. It just kind of looked like he went past the Everton player, and a penalty was given. But, you know, we'll take it anyway we can get it. Aubameyang puts it away, and that is 1-0 immediately, 1-0. And things, I say immediately, it's 15 minutes into the game. But we're 1-0 up. It's a really good start for us, and hopefully long may it continue. We do need to start racking up the points if we're going to finish above 7. I think actually the pre-season preview of the FM Premier League, which you can find on the FM Premier League website, by the way, if you do a quick Google, had me predicted at finishing 7th. I'd like to think I can outdo that slightly, but you know, there's a lot of games. There's a lot of games left to play. There's like 5 games left to play after this one. But there's still some football to play. We can still get some points, and Pavon has put them back on terms. Really good play there. I don't know what happened to our defence there. Our defence kind of all went to sea a little bit. There was not a lot of anything that would be recognised by humans as defending going on there. I mean, they're a bit kind of discombobulated. As soon as the ball went out, our entire defence drifted out towards that far side. Gabriel missed his header, which didn't help, and Pavon had all the space, all the time in the world. And we're back on terms, so we need to start digging in, getting back into this, fighting. That's what we're looking for. Hopefully we can make this work, but you know, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. It looks like we've got ourselves a free kick, edge of the box. I would assume that this is going to be Zinchenko taking it, and it is, has a pop, and Pickford is equal to it. Zinchenko's pretty good over a dead ball, but he wasn't that time, and now the ball's gone immediately to Calvert-Lewin, and we need to get back and really defend this. And Jay Leno making a save that he probably wouldn't have made earlier on the season. He's definitely had a bit of a stat boost, a bit of a polish in the latest stat update, so that's worked out well. What's not working out well right now is our fullbacks, and I'm going to have to do a quick tactics. I don't like doing quick tactics, but I am going to have to do a very quick tactics. First thing to do is we're going to swap Zinchenko and Raul Garcia around. That's going to be a big thing. I think I'm also going to drop our defensive line back just a touch, because I think that will stop Bellerin and Tierney getting caught out of position quite so often. Leno to Boateng, to Gabriel, and back to Boateng. Ball forward to Ceballos, and now Partey in the middle. Zinchenko to Ceballos. Ceballos finds Lacazette. Can we get ourselves a second goal here? Zinchenko on it. Through to Aubameyang. Can Aubameyang score? Not with Pickford in imperious form in goal. Really good save there. We should have done more with that opportunity, but hopefully our defence will start to kind of settle down a bit, although I say that, and Tierney has again lost another point off of the rating, so maybe that didn't quite work. Ceballos picks the ball up, plays it out to Bellerin, who needs to really start impressing me. Garcia gives the ball away, and now Daka is running at us, and our defence just isn't trying, and that's 2-1. Wow. This went badly quickly, didn't it? This went badly very quickly. I do have a few options in the box. I do have a few things I've tried out tactically since we've got these new players in, but things are not working out terribly impressively for us right now, which is where I care the most. And it's kind of our defence just letting us down, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be like that. We shouldn't be being let down by our defence. I've just realised that in my haste to get into the game, I haven't put Luke Shaw on the bench, which means I have to use Radu as a left back, which is not something I was looking to do, and we need to get this clear now. Gomez, come on, let's get a tackle in. Let's look like we want to do something. Zinchenko gets it back, and now Lacazette on the ball to Ceballos. Ceballos plays in Lacazette again. Needs to find a ball out wide and does to Tierney. Can Tierney redeem himself, save himself from getting himself subbed? A nice little cross here would do wonders for us, but it was a terrible ball. And now we've got Calvert-Lewin running at us. We need to get our defence back in and regroup. And they're not regrouping, and I thought that was a penalty. It's been got rid of, and now Godfrey on the ball puts it in deep. Daka is through, and Leno makes the save. And things need to improve rapidly. I'm not enjoying the performances of either of our fullbacks. Raul Garcia is not providing me with what I need him to provide. I think I'm going to swap those two attacking midfielders back around again. Hopefully this in the background is just because I've clicked the tactics screen, but we'll see. Lacazette back to Tierney. Can we do something, anything here? Anything here would be good. Tierney needs to get rid of it, and he's given it away again. Garcia to Partey, back to Garcia. Garcia has a pop, and Pickford is not letting it past him from there. I can tell you that for free. And again, this defence is not quite the one. Let's have a quick check on the chat, because I've not had that in my eyesight for a second. Doesn't appear anyone said hi. I don't know why you wouldn't say hi. I mean, you're there anyway, right? So just say hi. Come on, Aubameyang, get this ball back, get it back, get the ball into the box, get it to any Arsenal shirt. Any Arsenal shirt will do, any dream will do. It's finally got in. Raul Garcia with the scrappiest goal you'll ever see in your life, which at least hopefully will build his confidence for the second half. I mean, I can't pretend that was a great piece of attacking play. Aubameyang kind of went it alone, basically, tried to be selfish. Pickford spilled it, there was a defender involved. Garcia just kind of slid in with a toe, put it over the line. I mean, we'll take it, but it's not ideal. I'd rather us be crafting good goals than getting lucky goals. That's not really what we're going for here. Well, it does mean I can sort of reshift my focus with subs, and I'm still very much looking at those two fullbacks, because neither of them is inspiring me majorly, if I'm completely honest. Bellerin has been terrible so far, and Tierney not great either. I don't know. I think maybe what I need to do is change their roles. Let's use them less as complete wing backs and maybe just as regular kind of supporty wing backs. That should make them a bit more defensively solid, and hopefully stop them being drawn into the middle. Maybe that's the ticket. I'm not sure. We can always readjust that if we need to. That's not a big problem. But we'll go with the second half. Mason Holgate and Gylfi Sigurdsson coming on, and hopefully that's going to be weakening their side. In fact, now I've spotted that, I can at least take advantage of some opposition instructions to change things up a bit too. You guys have seen me do this before. I don't think there's any secret. This is a thing I do. We take the guys who just come on and we just shut them down as rapidly as we can. In fact, let's get all of these guys at once, just to make life easy. We're just going to shut them all down. Just shut them all down, because that, at least a bit of peace of mind. A little bit of peace of mind that I know we're at least trying to defend. And let's see if we can get Tierney and Bellerin back into this game, because they need to come back into. I mean, they need to, I say come back into the game. They need to just come into the game. They've not really been there the entire time. Tierney has responded well to the changes I've made, but Bellerin maybe not so much. And dangerous game to play, because Maitland-Niles is just as good as him on that right hand side, and probably actually provides a bit more going forward. He probably provides a bit more creativity going forward most of the time. Partey on the ball, plays it all the way back to Leno. I don't know if that was wasteful. Leno with a big hoof to nobody at all, and we're relying on strikers to do the defending for us again. I don't like that, and Godfrey has picked up the ball, goes up to Allen, to Pavon, and now we need to come back with some defending. Any defending will do. Godfrey, let's try defending. Partey's done a tackle. Good work. Ball goes over the top. Can Aubameyang get there? He can. Aubameyang is through, and that's 3-2. And remember, we're playing 2 games against Everton today, and we're already turning on the entertainment. We're already making it look good. We've given you 5 goals already. This is what the FM Premier League is about. It's about goals and fun and success. That's what we do. Goals and fun and success. And Aubameyang has got himself on the score sheet again and put us in the lead. and now I can really start thinking about making those subs at fullback, because Bellerin has really contributed very, very little to this game. So has Tierney. They're both almost certainly going to come off unless I see some massive improvements very soon. Bellerin, I think, has just made the case for him to come off for sure, so we're going to put Maitland-Niles on at right back. Tierney seems to be coming back into the game. Zinchenko is coming back into the game as well, which is nice to see, although Tierney is also tiring, so I think that means we're going to have to send on Stefan Radu at left back. I've not used him at left back before. He is a natural left back. I bought him to be a centre half actually, but he is a natural left back, so we'll see if that maybe inspires a few things to change. I am aware Gabriel also not having the best game of his career, and starting to take a look at Zinchenko and wondering if I can get more from Zinchenko, if I can get more from Ceballos. You'd think I could get more out of those guys. You'd certainly hope I could get more out of those guys. It's also, I've got to kind of have that thinking about, there's some guys on yellows here I don't want to get sent off if I can avoid it. There's an argument that if I take off Ceballos and put Xhaka in, that makes us a bit more defensively solid. I mean, that might be the way forward. I guess we'll see how things tick over. It makes sense to take off Zinchenko because he is back in decline. Let's just take off Zinchenko. We'll send Willian in there. We know Willian can do a job, and hopefully a good job for us in there. In fact, I might just do a quick swap of those guys around. I know I keep swapping these guys around, but Willian is actually almost certainly better at the striker role, is he not? No, that's apparently officially our best way around for those guys, and we'll see what comes. We've used all our subs. It's all in the win now, unless I make tactical changes. Anyone who's watched this channel before knows that me making tactical changes is often a stupid mistake. So we probably won't do that. Leno on the ball though, plays it short to Boateng. We just need to kind of keep things going now. Just hold on for this win. It's given it away again, which is absolutely stupid. I think I might have to make a little bit of a change to this tactic, to have him distributing it to defenders. Radu tries to get the ball forward to Lacazette, fails. Pavon puts it through to Calvert-Lewin. It's been disallowed for offside. I didn't really see the offside there. I thought he was on, personally. I mean, I could be wrong, but I thought he was on. But we'll take any help we can get. Quite frankly, I don't know what we're waiting for here. There's a huge random pause. We're going to see a replay of the disallowed goal. I mean, dubious. We'll take the luck, but dubious. Dubious is what we're saying to that one. I don't agree that was offside, personally. But the game does. So the game makes the rules, and we do that. That's literally how that works. The game makes the rules, and we do that. So that's a thing, and we've managed to scrape ourselves to a win here today. Bunch of players looking good, bunch of players looking not so good. I can't say I'm convinced by either player I've used at right back today. Cannot pretend I'm convinced by either of our right backs today at all. I don't think either of them has been spectacular. It might just be that Digne on the left hand side has been incredible, but it feels like Maitland-Niles should have done more to influence the game on that right hand side. I feel like he could have done better, and we're going to kind of hopefully time waste this one out. I say hopefully, it's an awful thing to say. I don't like time wasting if I can avoid it, but hopefully maybe we should have time wasted, because this has got the feeling of being a third goal for Everton, and it is. Oh, it's offside. Crisis averted. That's fine. Crisis averted thoroughly. Things looking good. We have got ourselves the win. I can do a little bit of a quick drop that in our screenshots box, because that's important to do for admin. Boom, done. Happy days. And we can move on to the next game, and hopefully we can do it again. Hopefully we can do it all again. I mean, hopefully we'll do it all again, but slightly better is kind of my think. Hopefully that, but better, is what we're looking for, and that would be really nice for us. Before we get into that though, I'm just going to have a quick check of chat. Hi chat, anyone out there? There must be someone out there. I've got numbers saying there are people out there. So I assume there are in fact people out there. I'm going to very quickly though remind you that you can get 10% off FM21 with 2Game by using the code FMPL, because that's important to remind you as often as possible, because they are the ones paying for this magnificent tournament to continue. And so we have to be there, putting it out for them, giving it big, giving it large. Now we need to address this team situation. I think the first thing we're going to do is drop that defensive line back, because that seemed to work quite nicely for us last time. I think distribution-wise, where do I find the distribution? It says distributor sent. Why has he been throwing it and kicking it long? What's he doing? I don't know. Let's rack up the opposition instructions very quickly, because that is important to make sure I take care of, because that has saved us from more than one stuffing this year. Since I started doing that, it's saved us from more than one absolute battering. I want to have a quick look. Bellerin, what are you offering me, buddy? I mean, you're offering me pace. I think we're going to switch you to just being a wing-back. I'm tempted to make him an attacking wing-back, but I'm worried that if I just make him an automatic wing-back and I can control that in-game, and we'll make Tierney an automatic wing-back as well. Let's just hope we can get something out of this. I think I'm going to swap. Lacazette had a good game last time out. There's a voice in my head saying to use Xhaka, but I don't know. I think I'm having a long think about who I'm dropping, because I need to get Shaw on the bench, and I'm not quite sure who to sacrifice for Shaw. I think logically Pepe is the guy. To drop to get Shaw on the bench, because I don't often switch to wingers. When I do, I've got Zinchenko can play there. I've got Saka. Willian can do it. I mean, are there big changes that need making? I don't think there are. But I think I'm just tinkering for the sake of tinkering now. We just need to get it done. Basically, it's the order of the day here. Is just get things done. Just get ourselves a thing going. Really. Yeah. I don't know. It's going. I just posted the screenshot in the chat with my formation, and old man Sudor has asked how we're winning things with this formation, and I don't know. Is the answer? It's the honest answer. I don't know how we're winning with this formation. We are winning with this formation though, so we're going to keep that going. I'll get back to Sudor in a second. Ball goes forward, and Pickford is there to pick the ball up immediately, and we've really got to do better. And we're playing at Goodison. We were lucky to scrape a win at home. We've got to try and get a win at Goodison now. Ceballos short to Tierney. Tierney back to Ceballos, and Ceballos to Partey. Partey to Raul Garcia. Ball goes out wide to Tierney, and we're looking better already. It's only 2 minutes in. We're looking like a better side already. And Zinchenko to Partey. Partey needs to think of something. Don't give it away. Don't give it away would have been a good starting point on that thought process. And Daka is through, and luckily Leno is there to make the save. But, we'll see. Still 0-0, so we're doing okay so far. That's my base minimum, we just don't lose. Sigurdsson has picked up the ball, and we've got to get ourselves back into this now. Servi, Bellerin makes the tackle and gets it clear to Aubameyang. Can Aubameyang get himself a goal again? He is making his way into the box. Aubameyang with a pop. Pickford just tips it wide. That did bobble along the line for a little while. That could have gone either way. We've got ourselves a corner, and it's going to be Raul Garcia taking it. Puts it into the box, looking back post, and he's kind of missed everyone and put it out for a goal kick, which is disappointing. But there's still hope. There's still hope here. Although our XG is not saying the same thing. Digne with a throw-in will go long. Partey heads it clear to Zinchenko. Zinchenko heads it down to Aubameyang. And we need to get a goal here and really kind of start asserting ourselves. Ceballos picks up the ball off a deflection. Ceballos with a pop from range, and Jordan Pickford has once again denied us. The goalkeepers have been the two best players on the pitch so far. And there's not much arguing with that, because, it's still 0-0. There's still not really been anything happening. What a throw in here with Tierney. Tierney to Garcia, but Ceballos will pick up this ball and plays it back to Gabriel, to Partey, to Ceballos again. Can Ceballos find someone here? Back to Partey. Tierney and Ceballos, good interplay here. Can Tierney get a crossover? He can. It's missed everybody. We've got another penalty, and I don't know how we keep getting these penalties, but we'll take the luck. Liverpool get VAR, Arsenal get penalties. That's the rules. That's the rules of the Premier League, and Aubameyang puts it away, and it's 1-0. And we can kind of breathe a little bit easier for now, but we'll see. We'll see how that ticks. We'll see how it goes. Really, really good finish from the penalty by Aubameyang. And it'd be nice, as much as I like Dave, and I don't want to inflict misery on Dave here, it'd be nice to pick up a really good result, because it's felt for a few games like we're due a good result, like a proper smashing of someone. And it'd be nice to see it, because I don't want to inflict it on any of the other FMPL managers, except maybe CJ, because he likes to talk a big game in the Discord. But I don't want to inflict this on any of the FMPL managers. But I feel like we're due a cricket squad. I think actually we're playing CJ next. CJ's managing Chelsea, so it's a bit of a London derby. And like I said, CJ's been talking a big game in the Discord. CJ thinks he has got the measure of me, and he would be wrong. So, tune in for that one for sure. Keep an eye on my Twitter. I always say when I'm going live. That's Chasing Lamely on Twitter if you're new. Tierney picks up the ball, edge of the box. Can he do something with it? Cuts it back. Lacazette is there, and it's off most of Everton's team. To be honest, that came off of what felt like most of Everton's team. Good to see our fullbacks have shown up today, though. That's nice. It's nice to see fullbacks in action, actually doing their thing. Bellerin has remembered that he is being paid to play professional football, so is Tierney. It's just a case of just ticking by, really. Ticking by. Keep this going. We need Garcia to show up with something spectacular again. I mean, when I say again, I don't mean like his little sliding, whatever the hell that was in the first game. I mean like a nice, like he's had a couple of proper, true screamers. He keeps smashing him in from 30 yards out. And it'd be nice to see another one of those happen. I quite like our Raul Garcia howitzer. It's always nice to see him. Justifies me signing a 34-year-old attacking midfielder. Godfrey, with a throw-in, will look to get to one of his own men, Pavon, and headed back out to Godfrey. He should have space to cross here, because our defenders will never close a player down if they have to. And Zinchenko looking to put that into touch, relieve the pressure a little bit. And hopefully, we get a chance to breathe, to regroup, to kind of relax a little bit. And another throw-in being taken by Godfrey, and it's gone nowhere, which is, I guess, a small mercy. Always a small mercy, as we just try and see this one out. And I would take a 1-0, I'm not going to lie. Servi, though, is probably going to deny us that being a 1-0. Digne, ball back to Servi, so with a cross, and Boateng heads it clear. Sigurdsson has the ball, plays it to Ducour, to Pavon, to Calvert-Lewin. Gabriel falls over, and Calvert-Lewin has scored, because Gabriel apparently decided to sliding tackle the invisible man, and gave Calvert-Lewin all the space in the world, and that's disappointing. That is disappointing. I am going to try and get some goals here. We're going to go positive, because it will push the fullbacks forward a little bit. That's kind of what I'm looking for. It's going to push the fullbacks forward a little bit, maybe create a few more opportunities. Hopefully that will work out for the best, and hopefully that will get a ball into Garcia and Zinchenko, who are dangerous when they get the ball in the right positions. Dave's done a really good job in this game of keeping Zinchenko and Garcia out of the game entirely, which is always smart, keeping those guys out of the game entirely. We'll see what happens though. Pavon with a free kick from deep, Leno makes the save, good stuff, and he just needs to find a ball to a nearby player. There we go. Ceballos now on the ball, plays it out looking for Bellerin, won't find him because he wasn't there, and Holgate to Servi, ball forward, headed away by Gabriel. Zinchenko to Ceballos, to Garcia. Raul Garcia with a big ball through, but can't quite find Aubameyang, and now Tierney picks it up. Ball back to Leno, and Leno again goes searching. Aubameyang gets his head to it this time, but there's no one to nod it on to, and that's kind of a concern. Sigurdsson plays it back to Pickford. We need to close him down. We haven't done it. Headed away now, please. We haven't. Servi on the ball, far side. Poor tackle. Another poor tackle. Such poor tackling, and that's 2-1. And despite the fact I spent this window actively hunting for defenders, we've been once again let down by the defence. We're going to swap Zinchenko and Garcia and see it. They can both kind of play each other's roles really well. Sometimes switching them around confuses the AI just enough to make something happen, but it's rare. It's rare. It's been a good game so far. I am going to switch back to balanced for the second half. I am starting to think maybe what we need to do is do something about Raul Garcia in terms of how we are using him. He's a good playmaker, he's a better shadow striker. What does Zinchenko do well? The same things. We're going to put a pin in that. We're going to put a pin in that for a few minutes because I do have another tactic set up for this side. And actually, before we get into the second half, I am going to just make sure I've got all of his subs covered off for opposition instructions, because that's always a smart move. Because, you know, we need to do that. We need to do that just to be sure, to be sure. It is important. It is important to make sure we have these guys covered off. Because if we can, I mean, Mason Holgate might be a centre half, but if we can keep him out of the game, we are still in a significantly better position than we were. I don't know why that's not letting me do things, confirm changes. Let's do it that way. Hopefully, Aubameyang on the ball. Can he get this ball to one of his own players into the box? Lacazette was there, but he wasn't there. And now Garcia, just end of the highlight. End of the highlight. Free kick. Who's taking this one? Garcia is on this one. Is he going to have a pop? He's not. Just tries to dink it in. Doesn't find his own man. Gives it away again. Calvert-Lewin plays a long ball down to Daka. It's going to be 3-1. Oh, Leno with a save. What a save by Leno. It really does seem to be Garcia and Zinchenko failing us in this game. And there are alternatives. I do, as I said, I do have an alternative tactic I can deploy if I need to. That does shake things up a little bit. It does. It's not ideal, but it does shake things up a little bit. And I don't mind deploying it if I have to. In fact, I think now might be the time to deploy that little backup tactic. I think that's what we're going to attempt to do. I've just noticed Thomas Partey's picked up a knock, which is not a thing I want to be doing. Where is it? This one? Is it this one? I know I've used this. Is it this one? No. No, that wasn't what I was going for. Okay, we'll switch back to this one. We're going to put Zinchenko on the right hand side. I know this is effectively the same thing I just rejected, but you know, for my own peace of mind. Zinchenko's going to start on the right hand side. What does he do best on the right hand side? He's a wide playmaker. I mean, I don't see why not. Sure, why not? Why not? Let's make him an attacking wide playmaker, because I'm feeling dirty. And we're going to take Raul Garcia off, and we're going to put Bukayo Saka on, and use Bukayo Saka as an inside forward. No, we use him as a winger. We've already got two up top. We'll use him as a winger. I just feel like that's got more to offer. Ceballos. What does Ceballos do best in the centre of mid? Again, apologies to Dave for the faffing, but life be like that. Partey is suffering. I'm going to give Partey 5 more minutes, just to see if he bounces back, because sometimes players, as you know if you play FM, sometimes players just bounce back and it turns out to be a kind of nothing injury. And if it doesn't, then I've got Xhaka I can send in there. That's not big dramas, it's not crazy dramas. We just need something to happen. I'm noticing a lot of players dropping off in this second half, but you know, it'll be what it'll be. Partey's not come back into this game at all. We're going to put Xhaka on there, and I think we're probably, I'm loath to do this, but I probably need to, let's send Will.i.am on, got Will.i.am on the brain now. Send Will.i.am on. What's Will.i.am doing best on that right hand side? Probably just a regular old fashioned winger. Yeah, why not? Why not? We'll try and get some creativity going. That's our plan. We're going to go for creativity. We're going to use Will.i.am as a right winger. and hope he can replicate some of the form he had earlier in the season. He doesn't really have any pace, which is a problem. But I just need to be able to get far enough up the field to get a cross into the front two. That's kind of what we're looking for. We're on a pause, which tells me that someone's got injured for Everton, which is not really what we're going for. It's not at all, in fact, what we're going for most of the time. But, you know, sometimes it's like that. And that's how it goes. So, we need to get ourselves another goal. So we're looking for Tierney to Saka to Ceballos. Back to Tierney, and Tierney across to Xhaka. Xhaka to Saka. And Saka needs to get this ball into one of his home players, which he won't achieve if they're wearing blue. It's not what we're looking for. Richarlison, ball forward to Daku. Let's get between him and the goal, and Leno there to make the save. Giving away a corner to Everton, which is not the one. Short corner to Allen, and I mean Lacazette did some good pressing there. He's done okay for a player who shouldn't really have been there. He's done okay, but we need to push. I am going to start pushing forward into a more attack. It might not cost me, but we need to try and get some men forward. We need to try and get the ball into the box. That's very much what we're looking for. It seems to have done something. There's 10 minutes left to play, and we've got ourselves a throw-in. Can we get ourselves a second goal here? Tierney to Ceballos. Ceballos, ball into the box. Aubameyang is there, plays in Bellerin. Hector Bellerin gets a goal. He's been trying to score all season and absolutely failing. Finally, Hector Bellerin gets himself on the score sheet, and we are back on terms, boys and girls. Back on terms. Can we get ourselves another 3-2 win in this goal feast? Can we get ourselves yet another 3-2 win? That would be magical. It's not ideal, but it will be magical for us. Ceballos, ball across to Aubameyang into Bellerin, and Bellerin just tucks it away near post, and that jobs are good, and we're square again. We are not taking this lying down. That's what we need to focus on, not take this lying down, and we're going to see what we can do. Hopefully we can get another goal, at least see this one out will be nice. Hopefully we can get ourselves another goal. That's what we're looking for. I'm trying to encourage the players, trying to fire them up, spur them on to greater things. That's what we're looking for. But as I say that, Everton get themselves a free kick, and it's going to be Mason Holgate to take it. Plays it short to Digne. Digne, ball forward. Finds Daka, and that's going to... another save by Leno. Definitely man of the week for me this week is Leno. He's done well in goal. I mean, it's not necessarily been an all-round world-class performance. Sigurdsson plays it short to Digne. Back to Sigurdsson. Richarlison heads it away. And it is 3-2, but it's not the 3-2 we were looking for. Dave, I imagine, will be ecstatic at having got ahead. But it's just a bit weird. It's just we can't seem to hold on to a lead or really build the lead at the moment. And I mean, this one, I think we're going to go down. We're not going to get ourselves an equaliser now. This one is going to go down as a 3-2. I will say that for absolute certain right now. But you know, it is what it is. It will be what it be. And somehow we've been awarded the trophy. I don't fully understand how, but somehow we have been awarded the trophy for that. For some reason, I don't understand how that works. It can't be away goal because we both did 3-2 at home, and it can't be goals scored or goals against. Let me know in chat or in the comments how they figured that out, because I am curious. Alphabetical order, maybe? I don't know. Answers on a postcard. That's how we do things. I thought it was the ref doing cartwheels. It's not. It's Leno. I'm so confused. Why is the ref celebrating? He wasn't even that good for us. He should not be celebrating that victory at any time, quite frankly. Just going to dive in there, grab ourselves a quick old screeny, so we've got that for the thing. We'll not reveal this tactic because no one needs to see how that tactic works. I'm going to drop that in the chat, and then that should be the one, that should be the kitten. And then I think we're going to wrap up the stream there, guys. So thank you as always for watching. Don't forget you can get 10% off with the code FMPL at 2game for FM21, and I'm going to wrap things up nicely. Thank you for watching. As always, you can find me on the socials below. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon at Chasing Lanely. Don't forget to find Dave on Twitter. Go and say hi, give him a follow. He's Dave Wilson96 on Twitter. It's in the description anyway, you can just give it a click. Like and subscribe, because liking and subscribing to me helps me out immensely. And that's kind of the whole spiel. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you all very soon. I have, as always, been Chasing Lanely. Have a good one.